lay out some of these trends that are happening that I think actually people should be rejoicing about eventually.
How about this to think about today? The crisis in Syria may be more than just a current foreign policy problem, with some seeing signs of biblical prophecies of the apocalypse in the events that are unfolding overseas. Passages in the Old Testament even make reference to Damascus falling into ruin, sparking worldwide conflict that some say leads to the coming of the Messiah.
How more than a dozen churches have been torched, set on fire for no apparent reason. It now appears that Egypt's Christian population is becoming collateral damage, at least as the Muslim Brotherhood does battle with the Egyptian army. Now, Christians appear to be targeted. There are dozens of churches that have been burned. Homes and businesses of Christians are being burned. Rocks are being thrown at them. They're being chased from buildings, schools, shops, and churches. The staggering violence against the churches, for example, is being described as the worst since the 14th century.
So meanwhile, you've got activists saying that Syrian rebels have now attacked a Christian village just outside of Damascus, and that they are in the process of torturing priests and setting churches on fire. And now government troops are moving into this situation.
Isaiah 17, verse 1 says, Damascus will be removed from being a city. One translation says it will cease to be a city. One thing that's interesting about Jeremiah 49 is that it says people will be fleeing from the city of Damascus when this happens. And of course, we've seen 2 million Syrians flee the country of Syria in the last 30 months. 5 million Syrians have been internally displaced. They're fleeing from Damascus, from other towns and villages.
Terrorists shot up the mall on Saturday, targeting Westerners and non-Muslims. Then last night, terrorists in Pakistan blew up a Christian church.
And that's Al-Qaeda, its franchises, and related terrorist groups of Sunni Muslim fanatics.
With some seeing signs of biblical
prophecies of the apocalypse and the events that are unfolding overseas.
Passages in the Old Testament even make reference to Damascus falling into ruin,
sparking worldwide conflict that some say leads to the coming of the Messiah.
Christian or a Jew, you are a target. It is clear that Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are now going to wage small-time terrorism all over the world. They will burn down Christian churches, attack Jewish synagogues, and if they can, launch another 9/11. In Pakistan, a pair of Muslim suicide bombers killed at least 81 Christians just yesterday. Christian or a Jew, 81 Christians just yesterday. Christian or a Jew, you are a target.